What's going on? It's Astronaut H, and this is the What More Do You Want Network. Now, in this video, I will be discussing today's game between the Philadelphia 76ers and Boston Celtics. And man, actually, game four of the actual Eastern Conference semifinals matchup between the Celtics and 76ers. And man, a lot of questions was going on going into this game. First and foremost, the whereabouts of James Harden's offensive game after the last two performances, 2 and 3. The defense of the Philadelphia 76ers, how are they going to counteract what the Celtics were able to do over the last two games? And of course, were the Celtics going to go up 3-1 heading into game 5? It was a lot of questions as far as what the Sixers were going to be able to do in this basketball game. And I think it all started with the play of Joel Embiid. He was very, very aggressive early on in the game, but you also seen James Harden get into the flow of the game early too, which you like to see, especially if you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan. As for the Celtics, I mean, Jaylen Brown started off hotter than fish grease, honestly, to start this basketball game. He had the first, I believe he was in double figures early on in the first quarter, and you just seen, you know, glimpse, but he wasn't early foul trouble, but Joe Mazzulla did allow him to stay in the game. And that's just a confidence boost if you're a player, if your head coach sees that you're in foul trouble early, he gives you the nod to stay in the game and still be able to attack and affect the basketball game. Marcus Smart had a good game, honestly. He was knocking down that three ball. You seen Malcolm Brogdon come in, knock down the three, play defense, but he was in foul trouble towards the end of the basketball game. Jason Tatum couldn't hit the side of anything in the first half. It sort of it didn't look like he was, well, he was offensively aggressive, but he wasn't to the liking of me personally. I would have liked to see him ramp it up a little more, and he did that in the second half. But the Philadelphia 76ers, I felt like when they did get the lead, they went up as much as I believe 17. And that is the moment where I thought they were going to put the Celtics away. And that just didn't happen. The Celtics are a really good basketball team, and we all know that they have pieces to counteract pretty much anything the other team wants to do. And you've seen that when, they elected to go to Robert Williams, Grant Williams. They elected to go with, different rotations to counteract what the Sixers wanted to do. Maxey didn't really have, a prototypical game that we've been accustomed to throughout this season. But it was the play of guys like Tobias Harris. It was the play of guys like PJ Tucker late in the game. It was a lot of pushing and pulling, nipping and tucking in this basketball game. Honestly, it was a dogfight up until the end of regulation. The game actually did go into overtime, and in overtime, I honestly didn't know which team was going to be able to pull away in OT. You seen just good shot. I mean, good shot making by both teams, good execution by both teams, especially late in the game. And when Jason Tatum did put the Celtics up, I'm thinking, okay, the Celtics are going to get an opportunity to go back home up 3-1. The Sixers' back is going to be against their wall. Now, they did call timeout, and Joel Embiid, the play was for him. He kicked it out to the corner, and who but James Harden knocks down the three. The Boston Celtics do not elect to call timeout at the end of overtime. Jason Tatum gets the ball, but they don't go into their offense until I think like 5 seconds left on the clock. Jason Tatum goes to the wing. He drives really hard to the rim on Tyrese Maxey. He kicks it out to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart makes the three, but unfortunately there was not enough time on the clock. Game over. The Philadelphia 76ers came out with the win in game 4, a much needed win in my opinion, because you do not want to go down 3-1 to a team like the Boston Celtics going back to their building. It was going to be, like I said, it was going to be very hostile, but not losing definitely puts a little at ease. That still gives you a chance to come back home and get it done. You know, now the series is tied 2-2. It's going to be exciting to see how things pan out. As I look at the box score, you had 34 points and 13 from Joel Embiid, 9 points and 7 rebounds from Tobias Harris, 6 points and 3 rebounds from PJ Tucker, who had a very big and one play at the end of the basketball game. You see Tyrese Maxey with 14 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. James Harden had 4 steals also. And that was probably as much. Well, George Niang did hit 3 threes off the bench for the Sixers. But as far as the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown had 23. I would have liked to see Jaylen Brown ramp it up a little bit more in the second half, honestly. I think he could have at least got to 33 with the way that Jason Tatum was shooting. Jason Tatum for the game was 9 of 20. He did have 18 rebounds. You seen Al Horford with some big defensive stops on Joel Embiid. He did have 10 and 7. I believe he had 5 blocks for the game. You seen Derek White with 12. Marcus Smart, who had a lot of threes today, 4 of 10, did have 21 in the game with 7 assists and 3 rebounds. Malcolm Brogdon had 19 and 8 rebounds. And like I said, it just wasn't enough. I feel like the 76ers played just better down the stretch of the basketball game. It could have went either way, but fortunately for the Philadelphia 76ers, they turned out a win, and they tied the series. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Philadelphia 76ers fans, Boston Celtics fans, NBA fans, or if this is just your first time tuning into the channel, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know anytime a video is being uploaded to the channel. It's Astronaut H. This is the What More Do You Want Network, and I catch you guys on the next video.